Hello, ma'am. Good evening. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking me. Doing
I'm hale and hearty. I had a great day.
okay, that's wonderful. So, what did you do today?
Today, nothing special, but I helped my sister in completing one of her holiday homework. So,
Okay,
yes,
okay.
ma'am.
So, you have a younger sister.
Yes, ma'am. Two younger sister. I have two younger sisters.
Okay, great. So, you're the eldest.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, how does it feel to be the eldest one?
Actually, everyone says that it feels great to be the eldest one, and I
Hmm.
agree with that.
Hmm.
But the one who is eldest,
Hmm.
they have most of the responsibilities.
Correct. I agree with you. Yes, because I'm also the eldest one, so I completely
Okay.
get what you mean.
Yes, mom.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
So, are you ready for today's session?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Uh, were you given any homework?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. Are you ready with it?
Yes, ma'am. I have written my views that how my life would be in my 20s.
Okay, great. Wonderful. So, if you want to start with it, you can start with that. Or if you want to do it in the last 5 minutes of the session, then we can do it then as well. So,
I would
when would
like
you
to
like to do it?
start, I would like to start now.
Okay, great. I'm looking forward
Okay.
to hearing to it. Yes, you
Okay,
can
ma'am.
start.
Sure.
Hmm.
Okay. When I imagine my life in my 20s, I see a perfect blend of freedom and purpose as well.
Hmm.
Because as a ninth grader, whenever I wake up every morning, I feel that I will do all the things required to accomplish my goal. So I will also have a healthy lifestyle. And I would have a career that excites me as an entrepreneur. And I would not just like to earn money, but to learn and grow every day. And I would also have hobbies such as music, listening to music, reading, and doing art and craft activities. I
Hmm.
will also travel to new places with my family and friends as
Hmm.
I would be financially independent. So I want to visit every place that I wish to visit.
Hmm.
And one more thing is that I would take care of my physical and mental health because in today's world, as we all know, that physical and mental health is very important. If
Hmm.
we don't take care, so we will be depressed or something like that. We can face that kind of situation.
Hmm.
And I imagine living in my own cozy and comfy house,
Hmm.
dream house. So
Hmm.
and it would be decorated with a library and a play
Hmm.
zone
Hmm.
and a big kitchen as well and a garden
Hmm.
and my dream bedroom.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
I would also
Hmm.
surround myself with people who will inspire me and also laugh with me and who can also share who with whom I can share my sadness and happiness as well.
Hmm. Okay.
So these
That
are
is
the
it.
things that I imagine.
Okay, great. Wonderful. Excellent. I like how you have included about all aspects of your life which are important, the kind of people you want to be surrounded with. Now, you can say, I would like to have, or I would like to be in touch with some like minded people. You
Okay,
can
ma'am.
say that. Like
Okay.
minded people means the people with which your views would match with them,
Okay.
right?
Okay, ma'am.
So like minded people, or the things what you like, they may also share the same, right? For
Okay.
example, you may find someone who likes swimming just like you,
Yes,
or
ma'am.
some activity, right? Or they may even have same opinion on a lot of
Yes,
things
ma'am.
just like you. That is
Yes.
called as like minded people,
Okay.
right?
Okay, ma'am.
So depressed or something like that. Now, something like that becomes a filler word,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
So
Yes.
I know you may have gotten stuck at that point of
Yes.
time. So, which is why you wanted to immediately uh, fill it up with this
Yes,
filler
ma'am.
word, right? Okay. So, just to let you know, depressed would be a very extreme word to use. Okay. So,
Okay.
generally, if somebody is called depressed, then that means they are clinically termed that, as in
Okay.
when they have visited a doctor, then they have been termed that yes, this person is
Okay.
depressed, where it is the extreme form of
Oh,
sadness and loneliness that they
okay,
face,
sure.
right? So
Hmm.
instead, what you could use is, as we all know, when we don't prioritize our mental health, chances are that we may face various issues like
Okay.
anxiety, depression. You could put it that way.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So I'm not saying that it cannot happen, but to claim it that yes, you will become depressed would be a very extreme term to use, right?
Yes,
Which is
ma'am.
why we could face anxiety, we could face depression, we could face loneliness. You could put it that way.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
Uh,
ma'am.
the usage of so, right? Now,
Yes.
generally, so is used, as you would already know, when the first sentence talks about something and the second sentence has some connection with the first one. For
Yes.
example, I got, it started raining heavily today, so I got late to school.
Okay.
Because it was raining heavily, I got late to school. So there is some relation. So that is when I use so.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Okay. So you'll have to understand the usage of the word so, or you may already know, but out of habit, you might be using so frequently.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Then eventually it becomes another filler word that you'll have
Yes.
to avoid. Right?
Yes.
Every place to visit. Mm, You could say that I want to be financially independent and visit new countries or new places. You could
Okay,
say.
ma'am.
Instead of saying every place to visit, you could say that sentence instead.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Otherwise,
Okay.
good. Excellent. Wonderful.
Thank you,
Good
ma'am.
job. Okay. So now coming to today's session topic, very interesting topic, right? And very rarely we would
Yes,
speak on
ma'am.
this topic, right?
Yes,
Flowers.
ma'am.
We never have any such conversation on flowers, but
Yes,
this topic
ma'am.
is quite interesting because we are going to get into its details, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now let's do a small activity where you're going to
Okay,
see
sure.
a couple of images and you will try to recognize what exactly is this where flowers are being used. Okay.
Okay.
So in the second page of the session notes, you will see there
Yes,
are
ma'am.
6 images, right? So
Yes,
let's
ma'am.
go with it one by one and you can try to tell me. Okay.
Okay,
So the
ma'am.
first one, what does it look like to you?
It looks like that the flowers are used in some skincare products,
Very good. Okay. Or
and
we could
in
also say to make some beauty products.
yes, ma'am.
Beauty products or skincare products. Correct.
Yes,
Very good. Second one.
in second one, it is used for doing puja and in
Okay.
traditional activities.
Hmm. Okay. So tradition related activities, you can say.
Okay, ma'am.
Tradition
Okay.
related activities, religious activities, or
Okay.
to worship, you
Okay,
could say.
ma'am.
Right? Okay, good.
Sure.
Third one.
In third one,
Hmm.
the flowers are used to make perfumes out of it,
Hmm.
and it
Hmm.
is that.
Correct. For perfumes or to make some new fragrances, you could
Yes,
say.
ma'am.
Right? Okay, good. Next.
In the fourth one, it's a wedding scene
Hmm.
where flowers are used to decorate the hall, wedding hall. So it
Hmm.
looks very, very
Hmm.
gorgeous to see, and
Hmm.
it is aesthetic as well.
Aesthetic. Yes, I agree with you. So weddings are the um, Weddings and flowers, they go hand in hand,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Very
Yes, ma'am.
rarely there are any weddings without flowers, or I
Yes.
don't think there have been any weddings without flowers.
I don't think so that there is any
Yes,
wedding without flowers.
yes, exactly. Right?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
good. So weddings are also the places where a lot of flowers are used. Okay. Next one,
Okay, ma'am.
what does it look like?
It looks like that about it's a scene from a death or something like that.
Hmm.
Flowers are kept in mornings
Hmm.
for morning, something like
Hmm.
that.
Okay, so
I
you
don't
can say for
understand.
funeral. For
For
funeral.
funeral. Yeah, I got the
For
word
funeral.
now.
Okay, okay, okay. Last one.
Last one,
Hmm.
it is for making someone happy.
Hmm. Okay, very good. Right. So
Yes,
generally, so this image particularly, it looks like flowers are being given for a proposal along with a wedding
okay.
ring, right? But generally, we also give flowers to our loved ones, like parents,
Yes, ma'am.
siblings, friends, right? On various occasions as well,
Yes,
right? For
ma'am.
example, you're giving a bouquet to your parents on their
Yes,
anniversary,
yes, ma'am.
right? Have you done that?
Not right now
No?
because I
Okay.
don't.
Okay. Okay. But you do plan on doing that someday,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Okay, great, wonderful. So now we always have something to learn from
Yes, ma'am.
various things around us. Apart from learning from other humans, we also get to learn something from other things that we see around
Yes,
us, right?
yes, ma'am.
Now, what are the three things that we can learn from a flower,
Okay.
according to you? Hmm.
Okay, ma'am. Sure.
Hmm.
So first thing that I can learn from a flower is that patience,
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
it requires time to bloom, and the
Hmm.
one who's nurturing the flower as well needs patience for the flower to bloom. And
Hmm.
the second thing would be that simplicity,
Hmm.
because the flowers are very simple. They don't wear anything like jewelry, and they're
Hmm.
very simple, just made up of petals and other
Hmm.
parts as well. And in that
Hmm.
simplicity, they have beauty and simplicity, we can say.
Hmm. Excellent.
And
Okay.
yes, ma'am. And
Hmm.
also one thing is that I would like to say that they also spread joy everywhere they go,
Hmm.
because
Okay.
because of the simplicity, whenever we give flowers to our loved ones, so they get
Hmm.
happy. So
Hmm.
I think that these three things I can learn from a flower.
Okay, great. So flowers have the power to spread happiness, right?
Yes, ma'am.
They have the power to spread happiness, and through their simple appearance, they can still look beautiful
Beautiful.
and they
Yes, ma'am.
can create an impression,
Yes, ma'am.
right? Okay, great. Wonderful. Now, what do you think about the usage of flowers around you or from whatever you have seen or heard? What do
Okay.
you think about usage of flowers?
I think that flowers are used for many purposes, such as
Hmm.
we have seen some pictures. It's used for
Hmm.
funeral, for wedding,
Hmm.
for
Hmm.
decorating as well. And I think that these are some uses I can also think about. And one more thing is that when we plant flowers in our garden, it makes
Hmm.
it when we go in our garden, it feels very good to be there,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
it makes us feel lightened. It also lightens
Hmm.
our mood.
Hmm.
So I think that
Hmm.
these are the
Hmm.
places where flowers can be
Hmm.
used.
Hmm. Right. But do you think there is a lot of usage of misuse of flowers as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what do you think of that part?
I think that the misuse of flour, it is everywhere, I guess, because when I've seen that when anyone receives flour and they don't like it, because
Hmm.
it is not of their liking, so they throw
Hmm.
it away. At least we
Hmm.
should not throw it away.
Hmm.
and give to someone. And it is also, if it is used for decoration, it should not be excessive.
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
uh, because for example, we take a scene from a wedding, and it is,
Hmm.
if a wedding hall is being decorated, they
Hmm.
order flowers in a bulk quantity, in
Hmm.
bulk,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
most of the flowers are thrown away
Hmm.
just because they are ordered in bulk, and excessive decoration will not look good.
Hmm.
And over plucking as well, because
Hmm.
picking too much plucking too much flowers is
Hmm.
also not good. And
Hmm.
one more thing I would say is that religious offering, in when we go in a temple and
Hmm.
offer flowers with
Hmm.
some, with some, what do we say, prasad in English?
Sorry, we would say offering.
Okay.
Offering.
With, okay, ma'am. So thank
Hmm.
you.
Hmm.
Offering. So we have seen that those flowers which are offered, they are
Hmm.
dumped into rivers, and it causes river pollutions as
Hmm.
well.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I
Hmm.
think that these are the
Right.
misuse of flowers.
Right. So we can reduce the amount of flowers being used in
Yes,
a lot of
ma'am.
occasions, right? For example, there could
Yes,
be
ma'am.
rallies or there could be some small scale events or even large scale events. We could avoid using so many flowers, right?
Yes,
Instead,
ma'am.
we need to try to use some eco-friendly made flowers. For example, these days, I have seen people use flowers which are made out of crochet, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Crochet or the flowers which are knitted, right?
Yes, ma'am. I've
They
seen
actually
also.
become beautiful, right?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
it is way easier to clean it, right? If not
Yes,
use
ma'am.
plastic flowers, which could be harmful for our
Yes.
environment, we could use flowers which are made of reused clothes or any other eco-friendly
Yes,
material,
ma'am.
right?
Yes,
And they
ma'am.
still look gorgeous, even though they may not have the fragrance, but
Yes,
they can
ma'am.
still be beneficial for our planet, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
great. Now, if you got a chance to speak to flowers, right?
Yes,
What
ma'am.
kind of things would you ask? What would you
Okay.
ask flowers? Hmm.
So first of all, I would pick up particular flower, that is
Hmm.
sunflower, because I like
Hmm.
sunflowers. And
Okay.
I would ask them that how do you stay positive always, because
Hmm.
I'm follow the sun. Because I have seen that I'm fascinated that every time I see it, it always
Hmm.
stays to it face towards the sun, and it
Hmm.
we can say that it always teaches us to look towards the bright side of the thing, no matter how negative the thing is.
Excellent. Very good. Okay. And apart from asking sunflower this question, which other flower would you pick and what would you ask? Apart from
Okay.
sunflower. Hmm.
Apart from sunflower, then
Hmm.
I would ask any flower that how can they survive in any kind of situation, whether it's
Hmm.
stormy and
Hmm.
rainy. They, we can say, they embrace all kinds of situation. In
Hmm.
rainy, in rainy season they get water, and in summer
Hmm.
also they don't wither, and
Hmm.
they try to they try to bloom as well, because
Hmm.
I've seen that in my terrace there are
Hmm.
some flowers which are grown, and in this summer season I haven't seen
Hmm.
any one of them withering and
Hmm.
losing losing their petals.
Hmm.
So they can survive in any kind of weather or
Hmm.
season.
Okay. Okay. So you would like to ask how to be strong and face all
Yes, ma'am.
sorts of challenges and changes,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Okay, great, wonderful. Now, has there been something that you read about flowers or something that you may have seen, anything in connection to flower that fascinated you or you still remember it that you would like to share?
Once I went to Uttarakhand for a
Mm,
trip. So
mm,
there I saw wildflowers, and it
mm,
was so beautiful as we were
mm,
traveling in our bus, and
mm,
they were red colors, and
mm,
it felt like something of red color. It is
mm,
kept in a bouquet like this, and
mm, mm,
as it is when we see it from the side, from the top mountain view, it
mm,
felt
mm,
like there is a huge bouquet of those flowers, and I
mm,
saw them offering that flower. I saw some priest
mm,
offering that flower only in the
mm,
temples there. So
mm,
it
mm,
fascinated me that it looked very surreal. It looks surreal
mm,
that it can
mm.
also happen.
Mm, right. I know some places have some unique flowers which we wouldn't have seen it at all,
Yes, ma'am.
right? And those are the beautiful sights that we
Yes,
get to
ma'am.
see it very rarely, and it also depends on the seasons,
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Now, what reminds me is that I hope to see tulips, which
Okay.
grow in Netherlands and in India. If I'm not wrong, they grow even in Kashmir. I
Yes,
have
ma'am.
known about it, right?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
whenever I think of flowers, it automatically reminds me of that.
Okay.
Yes. All right, great, wonderful, Anushka. Your participation was excellent in this session. What did you learn from today's session?
Today's session, I
Hmm,
would try to mend my
hmm,
filler words that I use, that
hmm,
I don't use filler words.
hmm,
And one thing that you also told me to for the uses of soap,
hmm,
and the misuse and use of flowers, and I'll try whenever I see that someone is misusing those flowers to
hmm,
protect them, such as using them for decoration in my own house.
hmm,
And I
hmm,
also preserve some flowers, such as
hmm,
once I got a rose from a
hmm,
temple. So
hmm,
I preserved those
hmm,
rose petals, and it
hmm,
still smells. It
hmm,
has a beautiful scent. So I would
hmm.
try to do
Okay.
those things.
Okay, great, excellent, wonderful. Yes, so as we already discussed, you have to work on the usage of filler words, right? And you have to work a bit on your pronunciation, right?
Okay,
So there are
ma'am.
certain words like because, that, you tend to give a sound in the end. Okay.
Okay.
For example, because that I'm sure you don't realize it at that point of time because
Yes,
you
ma'am.
would be in your thoughts and views that you would want to share, but this is also something you can look into it. Okay, so
Okay, ma'am. Sure.
consciously try to tell yourself that I will not try to add the sound stress at the end of the
Oh,
words, right?
okay, ma'am.
Otherwise, great participation. And what I would suggest is, Anushka, whenever you feel you're getting stuck or suddenly you feel, oh, how do I answer to this question, right? So one thing I would suggest you is, in that case, just take few seconds to think.
Okay,
Okay.
ma'am.
Until and unless you are told to immediately answer, until then you have all the time in the world to take few
Okay,
seconds to think. If a question is asked, so you can just think. And when you automatically look away, it gives a signal to the other
ma'am.
person
Okay.
that yes, she's thinking. So let's give us
Okay.
few seconds or a minute. So then during that, you can immediately think, okay, these are the uses, this is how it is being misused. You can slowly start putting them together and you can share.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
All right, great.
Sure.
So it was good seeing you for another session. All the best, and I'll see you for another session soon.
Yes, ma'am. Sure.
All right. Take care. Have a great evening ahead.
Ma'am, you too.
Thank you.